So I'll just trim off the excess here. Oh my god, I just flicked so many little bits of plastic in my face. I said plastic. Do you know what? This is a little too casual. I will be right back. No, I'm not procrastinating about recording the introduction. I just think I should get dressed up. Yes, this is the last designer dress that I ripped off. No, I'm not going to iron it because I have procrastinated enough as it is. I lied before. I have been procrastinating all day. I did the dishes though. I had a different video planned for this week, but a couple of days ago, I woke up to 1,000 subscribers. It was 5 a.m. So I very groggily took a photo of it and then went back to bed. So we're doing 1,000 subscribers celebration. I genuinely thought that 17 people would subscribe to me. I did the maths on it. My immediate family and my close friends and people who would be guilted into subscribing to my channel. So the fact that there are 1,000 people who willingly look at this face and all the dumb that I do, that's nuts. That's completely nuts. I don't know why you'll like me, but I appreciate it very much. And in order to show you that, why am I holding the mic like this? I am going to sew 1,000 flowers onto a dress. I have to make the dress and then I'm going to sew 1,000 flowers onto it. And why are there fingerprints on the glass? Are they my handprints? 100% those are my handprints. I don't know what I've been doing. I can't figure out where to stand. So this is the design. In fact, I don't need to do this thing because this is the design. Because it's not my design, I am ripping off another designer outfit. To be fair, this one is no longer available, so I can't buy it. Not that I could buy it even if I wanted to, because it's $4,000 retail. I think it's a 2022 Zimmermann dress. Zimmermann is an Australian designer brand, if you don't know it. They use a linen silk organza for a lot of their dresses, and the fabric is somehow crisp and soft at the same time. They do really great stuff. It's very expensive. So what we're going with is a simple bodice, very skinny straps, gathered skirt. I couldn't find appliques like this, and I don't have an embroidery machine. So as an alternative, I have ordered 3-dimensional fake flowers. I will say, obviously, my quality level is going to be... Their quality level is like up here. My quality level, it's not in the screen. Do you get it? That's how far away it is. It's probably going to be a bed sheet. Speaking of which, let's go fabric shopping. Okay, don't look at the state of my sewing room, by the way, because we've got the jewelry set up and then the spare bed, and that's my wedding dress. That's where I'm storing it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so... the fabric cupboard, what do we have? What we need is all of the whites and off-whites. I'd love it if it was an off-white. Oh, that's a heavy one. That one might be too heavy. Okay, that's white linen. I'll bring it out just in case, but I really, oh no, it's gonna fall, it fell. Whoops. Also, how cool are my socks? My friend got them for me from when she went to Korea. Hello, so happy to see you. All right, now this cream fabric, oh, this cream linen, that's reserved for a pirate shirt. We're making that one into a pirate shirt, I promise. Oh my gosh, should I do a cute little vest in green wool to match? That's so cute. Maybe I should do that. Getting distracted. Oh, this might be an option. It's not white, but it's like a pale pink, which I guess is technically like an off-white. Oh, also, does anyone know historical fabrics? I really want to do a Regency project. Does this count? Could I use this fabric for a Regency dress, do you think? Or if everyone's gonna look at it and go, that's a bed sheet. Okay, let's have a look. I don't know, what do we think about the pink? Oh, I have chopped it up before though. Oh, is there enough of it? Okay, let's see if there's enough of it. Oh yeah, there's enough of it. I'm having a lot of trouble visualizing what 1,000 people is, so I'm hoping that by laying out the flowers, that will help. Plus we need to count them because I have more than 1,000. And I have already come across 2, like these ones, like they're real blech. I don't think I'll use those. So that's good to know that I didn't get, just 1,000 and then be a couple short. 798, hang on, 998. Wait, what? I'm too short. Not like too short, I am too short. That's only 998 flowers. I think I'm missing a delivery of flowers. So yes, I was missing a delivery, which unfortunately included 70 of the larger flowers, and they were the ones I was most excited about. It's okay though, it just means that I need to go out and source flowers locally. This is all of you! Hi friends! Really nice to look at actually, and think that every one of those is a person. I nearly said as a people. Oh God, it's now just thinking in how long it's gonna take to sew all of these on individually. Well, that's what we signed up for. 1,000 flowers for 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it. I thought a good way to keep track of the flowers I used would be to label the jars with how many were inside. 14. I was wrong. There we go. I don't know why I feel the need to pose with them like I'm on an infomercial. Order now and you'll get no flowers. How is that 200 flowers? These are all ready to go. Let's get started on dress construction. Patterns, we need patterns. What did I do with the pattern? I'm gonna use the pattern I made in my last video for the bodice part. I'm sorry. I know it should be something else, but unfortunately, it's just the timing of the thing where the last video was before this one. Do you know what I mean? The original dress has a zipper and then some shirring on the sides, and I don't know how to do shirring at all. Can I look into shirring? I don't have time for shirring. I'm gonna look up what shirring is.
Making a shirred panel is surprisingly easy. You'll need...
I guess it's time that I challenge myself. Let's not do a corset back. Let's try doing shirring. I've never done this before. Let's try new things. I'm already regretting it.
Thankfully, I remembered that this pattern doesn't have seam allowances included, so I added 1 centimeter all around for those. And then for the shirred panel, I measured out a rectangle about twice as wide as my side back panel piece. But this was wrong, so don't do this.
So in terms of skirt, I think I'm gonna go with the classic, just gather up a rectangle. I think that for a gathered skirt, you want it to be about 3 times your waist measurement. If we say like 71 centimeters for the circumference of my waist, times 3 is 213. So I'm gonna measure up the width of this sheet that I have and see if that works.
The sheet dimensions allowed me to cut 2 panels for the skirt, which were 120 centimeters wide and 98 centimeters long, including seam allowances. I had this fold line included because I wanted to achieve that full hem the original dress had by using this stuff.
When am I ever gonna use all of this?
It's called horsehair braid, and I've really struggled to work with it.
I think I got the whole lot of it from an op shop for $5, and I was like, I'll take all of it, and I was really excited. And now that I look at it, it's like, that's probably left over from a bridal shop that never managed to get through it, you know? Why would I get through it? Let's just get things moving because, oh boy, we have not made a lot of progress.
I just thought that looked really satisfying. For the skirt lining, all I did was cut out 2 rectangles that were a bit wider than my widest measurement and 20 centimeters shorter than the skirt hem.
Close enough.
I only cut out lining for the 3 bodice pieces because Zimmerman hadn't lined their shirring panel, so I certainly wasn't going to.
The fabric pieces are all now finally cut out, I think. I hope. So let's go to Spotlight and pick up some shirring elastic. God, I hope they have it. Well, car park's not too busy, so hopefully this shouldn't be too horrendous. Let's go. Is sulky really the right word? Aha! 10 meters, is that all? How much is that? Okay, $5. Okay, hopefully 20 meters is enough. It's a secret.
I wasn't really thrilled with the flower options at Spotlight, so I went to a discount store and found some nicer ones at a more palatable price point. Palatable's hard to say.
Much better prices. $3.50 for a bunch. Yes. Successful shopping trip to Spotlight. Plus, I got to use a 40% off coupon on my most expensive item, which was... So thank you very much to my subscriber, Wekia, who pointed out that sewing machines need oil. And I've had mine for about 16 years, and it's never had any oil in it. So it turns out you can buy sewing machine oil, and that is what I have done. I'm gonna need to figure out where that goes in the machine, and also if it's gonna get oil on the thing I'm sewing now. I don't know, but we got it.
Now that you've seen what kind of fancy camera transitions I'm capable of, you might consider liking the video. You know I have to ask, because it really does help my video get seen by more people, and it appeases the mighty algorithm god. Also, I added boning channels to the bust line because I had a feeling it would look kind of sad if I didn't.
Now, I could get started on the shirring, but I kind of don't want to. Like, I don't know if I've even reconciled myself to the fact that I'm doing shirring. You know, I had that idea this morning and it just seems too soon. So I might get started on some straps.
For the straps, I used the top section of the sheet. I figured that the built-in straight lines would save me needing to rule more lines. So I trimmed down the excess and then unpicked the stitching. Okay, so this is kind of hard to explain, but there was a raw edge next to one of the folds, so I was able to trim it down, and then instead of doing a bunch of tedious ironing, I was able to just fold the wider side over twice and sandwich the raw edges inside, making a nice thin strap.
We got straps. They're just kind of sharp at the moment. Also, it got late. Yeah, all right. All right, that's not working either. Okay, nope. That took way longer than I thought it would, and I don't seem to be able to get the lighting to be anything other than horrifying. I'm going to bed, but we have straps. Good night. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Let's go. Let's get started. Let's try shirring. This should be an adventure. It's not something I've ever done before. I've never even considered doing it before. I just always thought, I just have a weird fear of elastic. Like I don't like working with it. Let's go do that. Let's go face a fear together. The bits of a tutorial that I had the patience to actually watch and then skip through the rest showed that you have to hand wind the bobbin because, I don't know, that's just how it works. Okay, not stretching it. I now think this is way too long. I might actually cut this piece in half. Each panel only needs to be about that wide when it's done. Much more manageable. Yeah, that tension's absolutely useless. That did less than nothing. What if I change the tension all the way the other way? Nothing. Oh, okay, it goes up to 9. Let's try that. Why is changing the tension not doing anything? Maybe I need to like gather it up by hand? That doesn't seem right. I'm gonna do some Googling because I only have one tension dial on my machine and it's not doing anything. Oh dear. We're gonna unwind this and re-thread it with tension on it. I gotta be honest, I really did think that I'd just start sewing it and it would work straight away. And I'd be like, wow, this is so easy. Why did I put it off? That made no difference. No! Oh my God, we are getting the tiniest amount of gathering. I think that's it. By hand is how we're gonna have to do it. Look, I know it's not perfect, but that's some shirring. It sure is. Oh, I hated it as soon as I said it, I'm sorry. Back stitching at the start, and then when I get to the end, I'm leaving a little tail of elastic and then a longer tail of thread so that I can pull it taut on the elastic and then tie it in place, because this is just not enough gathering.
By the way, I would not recommend this method of shirring. I think that my machine just cannot handle shirring because the bobbin tension isn't modifiable. So I sat here for ages tying these knots and trying to get them in the right position, which in the end I did not.
Look, I've tried my best. So let's try attaching this seam here and then maybe doing some straps, attach the lining to the top part. We also need to attach the skirt. That part's important. We probably should put a skirt and a zipper on it. Let's go.
So fun story for you, I actually deleted all of the files of the first day of filming off of my SD card, and it turns out you can get those back if you have a nerd boyfriend and $135.
Pressing and overlocking time. I did it like it's gonna be a transition. There isn't gonna be a transition. I don't know how to make a transition from this to ironing. We can try.
Once I had sewn and pressed the side seams, it was time for overlocking and then sewing 2 rows of gathering stitches.
Also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it yet today, but it's really warm. What is it? Elf mouth, what is it? Was it nothing? Was there nothing wrong? It was nothing, wasn't it? Good job. Not sounding super healthy. Alfred, are you just getting mad every time I talk? Is that the deal? You're a good boy. It's just warm. Maybe that's it. Good job.
Next I gathered the skirt, and whenever I do this I always fold the skirt in half and also the bodice in half so I can match up the centers, and then I also line up the side seams and the very edges before I start doing the gathering. That way I get even gathers throughout.
Have I mentioned it's warm? I feel like I've mentioned it. Also, there's always just like a vaguely naked body in the background. You know, I probably could put her in my old office. I'm feeling rather happy about my decision. Oh, I caught some of the fabric in the stitching. Ugh. What I did was straight stitch as normal along these joining ones, and then where the shirring is, I have done a zigzag stitch so that the skirt can stretch as well. I can't tell you how much I wish I had left a portion of fabric at the edge of this that wasn't shirred, because it is curling up something shocking.
I was hoping this part would be nice and relaxing, but there's about 40 minutes of footage of me just frowning the entire time. really dislike putting zippers in, so I decided with this one to put it in with magic instead of sewing and complaining. I positioned the straps on this dress the right way round, pretty exciting stuff, and then I secured them in place.
I forgot to put the boning in. So, yeah, I know, Alpha Mouth, I'm talking. I know you hates it. We hates it when we talks. God, Gollum is just like in there. Oh, you need fresh water. Hang on, I'll be back. That's where I need to stand. I guess I'll move then. Hello. There she is. Really quickly though, don't worry about her for a second. I did a little bit of quick math this morning, and if I have 1,000 flowers to sew on, and let's say every flower takes me only 60 seconds, right? So not including the time it takes me to cut off those plastic stems or to arrange them on the dress, that's gonna take me 17 straight hours of sewing, if it takes me 60 seconds to sew a flower on. I may have underestimated how much work this was going to be. So let's check in on my dress. Here she is. Lining is in, straps are on. They look so cute at the back, by the way. Tying them not quite at the top, but at the back, I really like it. You get the long straps. The shirring, it could be better, but this is my first attempt, so I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, they just ended up being uneven. Also, here, whoops. I forgot that this part isn't lined. So I think what we'll do here is just overlock this part and fold it over and zigzag stitch it shut, because I don't know how else you're meant to deal with that. We're starting off with the horsehair braid this morning so we can get the hem of the skirt done. Then we're getting straight into sewing flowers because, like I said, we have days of that ahead of us. So here's hoping I can make that interesting for you. So this is the hem of the dress here. My plan for the horsehair braid is that I am going to sew it down, stitch along there, fold that up, press it, and then fold it up one more time, and then stitch it here. And then that's the only line for the hem. Surely that will work. Let's give this a try.
This stuff is pretty unwieldy to work with. You've got to be really careful not to stretch it out too much. And also, I can't remember if you said you subscribed or not, so maybe subscribe.
So I'll just trim off the excess here. Oh my God, I just flicked so many little bits of plastic in my face. I said plastic. Is it in my eyes? I think we're okay.
Ah yes, as the prophecy foretold. It was me, I was the prophecy, like 20 seconds ago. I did indeed sew it down, fold it over and fold it over again.
Ignore the mess and the fact that I'm standing in a dog bed. And yes, I am trying this on inside out because I don't want to get stabbed by the pins. I wanted to check if the hem looks okay, and I think it's not horrifically off. I think it's gonna be fine. All right, I'm sewing that in place, and then we're doing flowers.
So I remembered that I actually don't like how my stitches look from the underside, so I sewed this on the top with the pins round the wrong way and just kind of saw through the fabric as my guide.
We are done with the machine sewing for now. Yes, that means it's time for flowers. I don't feel like I said that like a human. That means it's time for flowers. I felt like I was a children's entertainer made of vegetables. So I thought that now would be a good time to finally oil my machine. So let me just check. It's a Brother NS10. I'm gonna find out where the oil goes. Brother USA, here we go. Where do I put the oil in my machine? Oh. In order to prevent damaging the machine, it must not be oiled by the user. If problems occur, such as difficulty turning the hand wheel or an unusual noise, immediately stop using the machine and contact your authorized dealer or the nearest authorized service center. I can't help but feel like they're wrong. Joke's on them because I'm not paying for a service. Well, flowers time. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to keep count of these while I'm doing it. Oh, glad I didn't try to use my fabric because that had wire in it. Aha, okay. Let me get that little cage bit out. Oh, and there's another cage bit. I did not realize that their manufacturing was so complicated. Oh my gosh, in my maths time, I really didn't factor in how long it would take me to take these apart. This is already looking like a lot of flowers and it's two of 1,000. Oh my God, oh boy. I don't even know how I'm gonna sew these on when they've got plastic running through them. I've already lost count. We have 10 so far, and that's pinning them, which means we are 1/100th of the way there. Oh wow, I've taken on a lot. This is a lot.
I had no idea when I started this just how complicated these flowers are.
God, it's like a Russian doll.
Like, I can really see why they use appliques in the designer version. It's a much better idea. I thought it would be a really fun and cool idea to transform these flowers into a sort of blossom shape, and then I realised that sewing them was taking absolutely ages, so I turned off the camera and, well, here they are. I was having a lot of fun placing the flowers on the dress, but as it progressed, it became apparent that it was just a little bit sparse looking and it wasn't really having the impact that I wanted it to.
My plan of attack now is I'm gonna sew all of those in place so I'm not dealing with a million pins, but then what I'm gonna do is use the little ones to fill in the gaps and surround all of these areas, and hopefully that will give it more of an organic feel and less of a feel. I'm trying. Look, we might get more big flowers. I don't know, but I'm trying. Look, here's the thing. It's gonna be 38 degrees today. Anyway, to business. The parcel that I am missing of flowers was 70 large flowers. And I only have about 90 large flowers here, which means I'm missing nearly half. And so that explains why the dress is looking a little bit sparse at the moment. I'm pointing at it, it's over there. Also, my system has fallen apart because all of my post-its fell off, except for this one. This one still has a post-it on it, but in general, I don't know how many flowers were in the jars. So we're gonna have to go with, for the majority of them, just counting the flowers as we go. But yeah, I think I will go and try and locate some more flowers, then we're gonna keep sewing flowers in place, and I'm gonna complain about summer if you're cool with that. Should be good. Yeah, I'm pretty worried about the project at this stage. I am not feeling good. All right, let's go out in the heat. I'm gonna have a big old complain later about UV indexes, just you wait.
I set out this time hoping to find bags of flower heads rather than the entire stems and bunches.
That's it, that's the one.
Aha. Aha.
Later.
Amazing. This is gonna make such a difference. Thank you so much. Don't look at how messy my car is. Haha! Let's go make this dress.
Okay, we're back. We have had a major development, as you have seen. Are you kidding? We're trying an iced long black today. So as I was walking out, this girl behind me was like, hey, sorry. I actually don't know what she said because immediately I was like, stranger is talking to me. And she was like, do you need more flowers? And I was like, yeah, like I feel weird about taking them, but yes, that would solve so many of my problems. And so I got to her house and she just came out with this massive garbage bag of flowers and just gave me all of them. So I think that Lily may have saved the day. Wow. Oh my God. I don't think we're gonna have any trouble with filling in the dress now. Thanks, Lily. As if you just gave these to a stranger. That's nuts. I'm gonna have to bake you a cake or something. You can barely see me behind all these flowers. Time to get pinning. Ow, I hit my tooth.
Okay, so I actually cut out my rant about UV rays because it went on for so long that I would have had to include it in the title. But to explain it quickly now, we have really extreme levels of UV in Australia and the sun stings. Like you can feel it burning you at 9 AM. Walking outside in summer feels like a malicious child is above you with a magnifying glass. Like I've been to Morocco in summer where it reaches like 40 degrees and it doesn't burn like that.
Seriously, look at how much the skirt cannot handle the weight of the flowers. We can do this. There's just going to be about 967 flowers to sew on.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered the reason for the rant. The whole point was, tell me where I should move to where it snows in winter and in summer the UV index isn't gonna fry me alive.
I'm wondering if I will sew these on faster if I don't watch TV while I'm doing it. So we're going to attempt to sit here with my thoughts. What's the population of Germany?
The population of Germany was 83,196,078.
What's the population of Australia?
In 2021, the population of Australia was 25,688,079.
We have so much land and we're such a small country because it's all desert. When were scones invented? Can you tell me stories? I think she's decided she's not speaking to me anymore. Ow.
I switched over to a bonded beading thread for the large flowers, which meant that I needed to tie 2 knots to secure the end, remove the stamen of the flower, and then thread a bead through the middle to keep it in place, and then tie it off 2 or 3 times at the end as well. Unless of course it was one of the flowers that didn't have a hollow center, and in that case I just had to sew it down a bunch of times.
What's the largest flower in the world? Which country consumes the most bread? Which animal lives the longest?
The longest living vertebrate known to science is a 5-metre-long Greenland shark collected dead in 2016 and estimated to be 392 years old.
What? They found a shark that was 390 years old?
That's not relevant to the video, I just thought that was really cool.
Okay, I think that's all of the pinned ones. We just need to keep working.
As a way to keep track of the smaller flowers, I enlisted Tom's help to place 20 flowers in each of the 24 squares in this tray, and then I knew that I only needed to empty 41.7 squares to complete the 1,000 flowers. Tom said this took ages. I noticed that the Zimmerman dress that we're trying to recreate has these lengths of flowers hanging loose from the dress, so to try to emulate that effect, I used the blossom style flowers that I made earlier and some cotton twine, which, surprisingly to me at least, took the entire evening to complete. Also, as a side note, I actually didn't find that footage of the runway show until I started editing this video, so I had no idea it was meant to move like that. On day 7, I refilled the tray with the remainder of the flowers and kept right on sewing, and also snacking. And yes, I did get changed multiple times that day, I just thought it would make it more visually interesting.
999? I really would have liked the last one to be a smooth one, but of course it's gotten really tangled. 1,000. I feel like someone lying about how many push-ups they've been doing when someone walks into the room. But that is 1,000 flowers. I said at the start of this that I hope that this helps me visualize what 1,000 subscribers is, like what 1,000 people looks like. And 1,000 is so many. It's so many. Oh, I can't believe it's done. So all I have to do to finish the dress now is put in the lining and we'll be done. But here's the thing. I've realized that I don't have any shoes to go with this. I'm gonna go down to Savers and see if I can find myself a pair of sandals that might work. I picked up these. Now, while they don't really go with the dress, they are green, so leaves are green. What I'm thinking is I actually have an idea for how to do these up proper at a later stage. So for now, I'm gonna sew some flowers on there. And then we'll put the lining in and then we will head to the reveal. Yes, yes, let's do it, let's do it.
Now I gotta tell you something about these shoes. I love an over-the-top sandal, absolutely love it. But Tom looked at them and was like, those are kind of stupid. And I was like, you'll see. And then I wore them and I was like, no, I saw. They're stupid. For the lining, it's pretty much the same process as the skirt. I did the gathering stitches around the waist, it was just less full. And honestly, I didn't really finish it because I just wanted this to be done. Also, listen to my machine. It's so sad.
Oh my God, it's done. To the standard that I am comfortable with. Don't look at the lining, all right? It's sort of there. That was a lot of sewing in general. My machine sounds terrible. I think that next week I'm gonna take a break from sewing. We will do something a little bit different. I will see you in the reveal.
is so awkward to drive in this. I am sitting on so many flowers.
Did you actually think that I wasn't going to take apart my sewing machine just because a website said that I shouldn't? No, I am servicing this baby myself.
I wonder if that was doing anything.
And in case you were wondering, this is what 16 years of dust inside a sewing machine looks like.
Oh no.
After removing as much dust as I could, I also did oil the machine. I let it rest for a few days and have a listen.
Listen to that purr.